How you doing, everyone? This is Dr. Ray from Bradford Family Chiropractic. Today we're going to talk about the number one cause for shoulder pain. That number one cause is going to be shoulder impingement syndrome. Now, plenty of types of shoulder impingement syndrome out there, but to keep it simple, the variety of shoulder impingement syndrome is kind of broken down into this bony surface impinging or pinching on a piece of soft tissue. And that soft tissue could be muscle, ligament, or a bursa. Now, how that works in the shoulder is we have this long bone of the arm called the humerus. And as we raise our arm overhead, this humeral head will pinch on some of the tissue in the shoulder. Most times going to be the supraspinatus tissue. Now, this is going to be a common problem. And again, this is the most common cause for shoulder pain. So if you're having shoulder pain, it's likely this is going to be one of the problems you might be dealing with. Now, that being said, who suffers most from impingement syndrome? So what we know in general is that people that play overhead sports or do overhead activities suffer from impingement on a regular basis. The other people that suffer from shoulder impingement are going to be the desk workers. So we'll see with them that slumped over shoulder from working on the computer generally precipitates a problem with the shoulders based from a postural standpoint. So when we're treating a shoulder impingement syndrome that comes from a bad posture, one of the best ways we can treat it is to help, we'll say, control or reverse your bad posture. Now, that's going to be the crux of what we're going over right now. Not just defining what's causing it or how the body moves, but more importantly, simple things you can do at home that require no equipment, okay? So again, our shoulder impingements, if you want to just see how we are, if our posture is straight, we can typically bring the arm up overhead. But if we have that slumped over posture, and we can tell that where our normal posture, our thumb should be kind of pointing outward. And typically after a few years at the desk or working or being a student, we tend to accomplish this posture where our thumbs are kind of rolled in. And when we have that rolled in posture, we have kind of limited reach going up overhead. So again, our fix for this impingement syndrome is going to be doing some exercises that are going to help change the posture. And as said earlier, it doesn't require a whole lot of equipment. And all I'm asking is maybe it's a few minutes, 2-3 minutes a day of doing these exercises. So let's proceed to some of these exercises and stretches that you can simply do at home. Now, the number one exercise for shoulder impingements, I'm going to make this real easy without equipment. I'm going to kind of use a word anagram for us. So I live in Atlanta, and oftentimes I'll tell my patients just to do the ATL, the abbreviation for Atlanta. Now, what those letters really mean for us are going to be simple body positions that we can remember to do our exercises without the equipment. So the A in Atlanta, if you can imagine your body, I'm going to just take my arms and bring them to the side and put them in reverse. Now, this is going to, what I'll call my A position. Now, with our A position, what we're going to do is we're going to draw our shoulders back and our hands behind us. So what we're doing is we're pinching our shoulder blades together while drawing our hands downward. So if you guys can see this movement, drawing the arms back, and this simple little exercise we're going to do, we can do it as much as every hour, but I'd like you to do it a couple of times a day. So we're going to be drawing those shoulders back. We're going to hold it for 2 or 3 seconds. And we're going to repeat that anywhere between 8 or 10 times. And we're going to see if we can do that every couple of hours. So now that we've gotten the A in Atlanta done, let's go to the T. And the T is going to be really self-explanatory. We're going to take those arms and we're going to position our body as a T. Thumbs out, fingers pointed out to the side. And if you can see me here, I'm just extending those shoulder blades backwards. So that little side view here, I'm just extending those shoulder blades backwards. And again, I'm feeling that pinch between my shoulders. And if I haven't said it before, if we're doing these exercises and it's really uncomfortable and if it's painful, we kind of move to the next exercise. There's no reason to force these exercises, but generally we'll find that these are very comfortable to do. Usually the lower the arms are in the body doing these exercises, the more comfortable they'll be. So typically we won't have any problems doing those A movements, and the T's might be a little bit more uncomfortable. Now, the L's are also going to be comfortable, and you're going to have to use your imagination to get what this L means, but if you can imagine, if my arm's at the side and I extend it back, we're kind of making an L out of our forearm. Now, I'd like you to do it with both arms. So in this case, we're going to get up against the wall. We're going to bring the shoulders back, and we're going to keep our elbows locked at the side, hands forward. And to perform the L's, elbows are against the wall, locked at the shoulders, and we're just going to open up those arms into an L and a reverse L if you look at the other side. And again, each one of these exercises are done. We're going to hold the position while squeezing our shoulder blades together, drawing our shoulder blades down while we're doing it. And we're going to hold each position for 2 to 3 seconds and maybe repeat 8 to 10 times. And again, all 3 of these exercises, again, the A, the T, and the L, I'd like you to do every hour if you could, but at the very least, try to get them in a few times a day. You're not going to build massive muscles doing this, but what we hope to do is slowly reverse that posture. And oftentimes you'll find these simple little exercises, after you do them just pretty consistently, you'll see a lot of that shoulder pain start to resolve itself. In a future video, we'll talk about other things you can do at home for your shoulder impingement syndrome that might be causing shoulder pain. Again, this is Dr. Ray from Bradford Family Chiropractic. Thank you.